Hey, I just watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and it was good. I went to see it, Scarlet Witch at the front. I saw it in the same place where I saw Spider-Man No Way Home. They were both in No Way Home, and then half a year later, go and see Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, it was good. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, same place where I watched Spider-Man No Way Home, like half a year later. It was like the most serious Marvel movie they've made so far, but it was cold. It was really good. The posters here just kind of, it was like a different vibe, you know what I mean? Like you see No Way Home here. No Way Home was, in my opinion, No Way Home is still the best Marvel movie, next to Far From Home, and also Infinity War and Endgame, of course. Loads of like Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor Ragnarok, they all kind of come close. And now Multiverse of Madness as well. It was sick. But, Spider-Man's still on top. But yeah, let me just talk about Multiverse of Madness, because it was good. Just come back now. And yeah, No Way Home. He mentioned Spider-Man as well. It was funny. They mentioned, multiverses, and because obviously No Way Home was all about that, so they kind of had to mention it. And it was also directed by Sam Raimi, who obviously directed the original Spider-Man in 2002, which is the year I was born, which is another weird coincidence. But yeah, Spider-Man, directed by Sam Raimi. Same with Multiverse of Madness. No Way Home is still the best though. All three Spider-Men. I mean, Far From Home I actually did kind of prefer. Anyway, Multiverse of Madness. It was sick. Scarlet Witch was the villain, so, it looked really good as well. Like, comic design and everything. Looked really good and also really evil. Like, I'll get into, like, the characters in the movie in a bit. But, it was sick. There was, like jump scares and, like, horror type stuff, which they did say months ago, maybe, like, a year ago at this point. It was gonna be like that, and it was good. Scarlet Witch was the villain. I'm pretty sure they made it out like she died or something, but I don't know. Either way, yeah, a lot happened. It was sick. Like it was just like, yeah. And then there's this new character here, America Chavez from the comics. Can kind of like go through multiverses, which is a pretty cool power. I honestly did like this character. I like that they're having a lot of younger type of people now. Like when they first introduced Spider-Man, the GOAT, in Civil War, Tom Holland was actually pretty young. Like 16, 17, and I was around like just 2017. I was like 14, 15 when that came out. Anyway, when No Way Home and Far From Home and Homecoming were coming out, I was like 16, 17, 18, so it was all kind of perfect when Spider-Man movies were coming out, and it's my favourite character. So they're kind of setting up like the new Young Avengers with Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, now America Chavez. So yeah, I did like this character. Going through multiverses. The Illuminati, which was a big part of this movie. I mean, they weren't in it much, but it was just a huge reveal. I mean, they kind of revealed that in the trailer, which was cool. I reacted to that trailer, saw Professor X announced. I've reacted to a lot of this stuff, and I've predicted a lot of it as well. Like when No Way Home was coming out, I predicted that Daredevil would be in it, and Daredevil was in it. I predicted it, I was right, Daredevil was in it. And now we get to another thing that I predicted. When they announced the Illuminati, I've known about this group for years. Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, Professor X, Namor, Black Bolt. But I've known this group for years. So when they first said it in the trailer, I knew they were going to do it. And then they revealed Professor X and all of that. And what I thought they would do, I thought they would, I knew they would bring Professor X. I'm guessing they was going to bring Black Bolt in. I actually didn't think they would do Mr. Fantastic. They could have done Namor. And what I really wanted was to bring back Iron Man. They should have brought back Iron Man, but that's a different thing. I guess it's too expensive, but that would have been cool. Anyway, yeah, Black Bolt was in it, which is don't really care about him, but it was cool to see. Obviously, Professor X was in it. with with the guy himself, Patrick Stewart, playing Professor X. So it was cool to see, like, one last time watching the X-Men movies when I was young. Saw a lot of Professor X, Wolverine and stuff, and he came back one last time. They're bringing back loads of the old stuff, you know. Professor X, and then it was the big one. Then, just like that, they revealed Mr. Fantastic, and he is being played by the guy from The Office. I knew that this was going to happen. It was just, I didn't expect it to happen then. Because the one guy that everyone has been saying for years to play Mr. Fantastic is this guy. And I guess it just kind of showed up in Multiverse of Madness. It was kind of mad. I mean, yeah, I mean, it just happened. Like, I was there, I saw it, and it was like, Reed Richards, and I was like, okay, I guess that happened. Reed Richards is now in the MCU, just like that. I know that they were they announced the Fantastic Four movie years ago, so I knew that the Fantastic Four were coming. I just didn't think it would be in a Doctor Strange movie with Professor X and all of that. So all of these things that I've been, like, thinking of since I was young, since I was a youth, it's now coming true, I guess. It's just mad. Like, it's all kind of mad. Like, it doesn't even really affect me anymore. Like, when I was watching No Way Home, I was so hyped. I guess it's because I relate to Spider-Man as well. Like, when all of this stuff was happening in No Way Home, all the villains as well, I was just the whole way through. It was like the best thing, probably one of the best movies I've seen. Although when I look back, I prefer Far From Home as a movie, but No Way Home was just great. With Multiverse of Madness, it was all really sick, and all the shots looked so cool, but like, it was just happening, and it was just like, I kind of predicted this stuff when I was young, and now it's happening when I'm 19 years old. It's weird. But yeah, my guy was Mr. Fantastic, which was cool to see, and it's kind of confirmed now that his wife is going to be Invisible Girl when Fantastic Four happens, because that was the whole point, the fact that they're, like, you know, together, and it's like they can both be Reed Richards and that. So yeah, I mean, that was it really. I predicted Daredevil. I knew he was going to play Mr. Fantastic. All of it's just kind of happening, and it was just a good movie. They did Doctor Strange definitely better than the first movie. It was like straight from a comic, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it was good. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and recently, with like the recent Marvel films, like, I just haven't really liked them or like cared about them. The only recent one that, like, I wanted to see was Shang-Chi. Other than that, like, this is terrible. This wasn't, I mean, I haven't even, yeah, I mean, they just don't really care about the more recent ones. Obviously, these last few were sick. Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, and recently Moon Knight has been really good. I did a video on every episode of Moon Knight, so, you know. But Multiverse of Madness, I feel like they're back on form. And it was sick. That's it. Reed Richards, Fantastic Four, officially in the MCU. It was so cool to see that. Just like when Daredevil showed up in No Way Home, it was like a similar type of vibe. They just appeared from nowhere, like fan favorite characters who people have been asking for years, and I kind of predicted both of them as well. And they just kind of appeared like that. It was sick. And of course, like, Professor X was there for some reason. It was just a cool movie. Honestly, I really liked it. Other people might not like it as much. But, you know, I actually did. It was a good movie, and the stuff that was going on, just, yeah, it was cool. And Scarlet Witch was sexy. So yeah, Multiverse of Madness. Oh yeah, and speaking of Scarlet Witch, they actually yeah, speaking of Scarlet Witch, they actually said Scarlet Witch for the first time. Like, since they introduced Scarlet Witch in, like, Age of Ultron, which I saw when that came out years ago, they just said Wanda the whole time. They finally said Scarlet Witch this time, and they did like a whole thing, you know, where she's the villain. It was a lot like this. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's my review. I could watch a few clips and stuff, but I did react to the trailers. So, I mean, I could watch Mr. Fantastic, but would they copyright me? let me just check Twitter real quick. I go here. I mean, I retweeted that, you know, all of this, Moon Knight as well. Oh, this was funny. Hey, yo, Mark, you seeing this? I see it, Conchu. You see it, Steven? I see it, bro. Hey, Jake, come and look at this. And then they get... Yeah, well, Jake Lockley's now, like, kind of confirmed. They showed that at the end of Moon Knight. I think I did a review for Moon Knight. I think that'll be before this. Anyway, it was just funny seeing this. And the bruv as well. You know, being from London, watching Doctor Strange just now in Stratford, East London, as always. Yeah, it's funny. Moon Knight's good. Yeah, so was Multiverse of Madness. Oh yeah, Thor's the next one. But yeah, this I literally tweeted this like 2 years ago, Professor X. I mean, I've known a long time. But it's funny that I tweeted this and then I just said Multiverse of Madness because it basically is what they revealed, you know. So yeah, and I also tweeted this like a year ago, Moon Knight appearance. Yeah, I mean this is facts as well. And then yeah, I had to say Moon Knight, and this was a year ago as well. And then when Moon Knight was coming out, I just posted it. It was funny. Honestly, I'm like a god. I just predict everything. I may as well be a Marvel character. You know, maybe Spider-Man, maybe Thor, maybe me, maybe Yusuf, maybe. I'm basically a Marvel character at this point. I predicted Daredevil and No Way Home. Man predicted Mr. Fantastic and Spider-Man and Moon Knight, and maybe it's just because I'm a Marvel fan and I just kind of know these things before they happen. But they're all happening now, and Ho's mad. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it. 9 out of 10. Honestly, it was the most serious Marvel movie I've seen. It still doesn't beat Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Far From Home, Infinity War, and Endgame. Maybe Endgame, I don't know. Let's be honest. Guardians of the Galaxy is really good as well, and Thor Ragnarok. Anyway, that's it. Multiverse of Madness. It was sick. That's my review. That's my official review. Doctor Strange. Yeah. Just watched it now, Stratford. It was good. Spider-Man's still a guy. Mr. Fantastic was in as well. That was mad. Mr. Fantastic just showed up. The hell? It was sick though. Anyway. It was sick. But yeah, it was definitely really good. Just the way they shot everything. Like, so many of the shots were for the dimensions. The fact that they were going through all the multiverse dimensions as well. It was sick. Like, Reed Richards was in it. America Chavez was good. Scarlet Witch was sick as the villain. Very, very evil villain though. But it was good. Can't wait for more MCU. Can't wait for Thor: Love and Thunder as well. That's my guy. And yeah, it was good. You know, I love Marvel, the MCU. Grew up with it. And yeah, it was a lot coming together again, as always. I mean, my guy Reed Richards was there, so it was cold. And the scenes of like Scarlet Witch, just so sexy as well. But yeah, that's my review. Yeah. And it just kind of came out. I just watched it in Stratford, here, East London. Like most Marvel movies, not like Captain Marvel and stuff, but who cares about that? Anyway, subscribe. Sick.